I'll be honest, Vicente, when I saw you for the first time in the octagon, I thought you are a very scary guy. You knock people out viciously and you look like a cold-blooded killer. But then I saw your interviews and you were all smiles and very kind, and it turned out you were actually a very nice guy. And you also have this project called the Silent Project, where you help communities, children and teenagers with your wife. And could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's a project we started now in the social media just to show a little bit of the work, but it's something we have always, me and my wife, we always had this idea. It's really important to help children and teenagers because they are growing up, and it's a moment in life where you're going to develop your values and what you want to be in the future. And I think that's a really important moment. It was for me growing up. I think martial arts helped me out a lot with that. So anything that we can, me and my wife, we can help them with. In this time of the pandemic, we knew about a lot of communities here that were struggling to even make money to buy food. So we try to help them with that. But before the pandemic, we went to public schools and I talked to the kids, try to motivate them into following their dreams, into having discipline. Whenever you want to achieve a goal, you got to have that discipline to work a little bit towards it every day. So it's mostly, we want to encourage other people to do the same kind of things, to pay attention to children, teenagers, make sure that they have what they need so that they can grow up into, great adults in the future.
So how do you manage all these schedules? Like, you have to be a husband, you have to be a owner of your dog, you have to be a UFC fighter, and you help those kids and communities. So you must be very busy.
Yeah, it is quite busy, but at the same time, I think that kind of boosts my motivation whenever I'm training, whenever I'm going to camp. All that I do, like in the spare time, motivates me to go harder in training, go harder in the fight. So I just feel it's like fuel. So definitely I'm able to kind of separate things well. Whenever I have a fight coming up, I focus on training. That's the moment where I'm 100% training camp, fight, diet for the fight, everything. But once I fight, that kind of vacation times I take after that, I try to rest, still train a little bit, especially technical aspects so that I can improve. And that's when I take time for my projects, for the things I want to do outside of fighting. And it works out for me. It's busy sometimes, but it's not bad. It's a lot of blessings, so I'm happy to do it.
The way I would describe your fighting style would be technical and yet extremely violent. I say this because there are a lot of fighters who are very technical but kind of boring, and there are a lot of fighters who are very extremely violent but are lacking in the technical department. So I think you have this great balance between technique and aggressiveness. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I definitely agree because I've always enjoyed a lot the technique of every single martial art, be it on the ground, on wrestling is something that I'm training a lot, and each time I have more technique in wrestling. And striking, which is my home, I've always loved striking. Is what I've done since I'm a little kid. So I enjoy a lot of this side, of the technique. I try to improve every time, but my style is aggressive. I'm an aggressive fighter. When I'm in there, I have fun, and the way I have fun is, hitting the other guy as hard as I can, and realize that I'm okay. I'm punishing him. I'm making him, give up of the fight. That's something that I enjoy during the fight. I want to see the guy kind of, I want to dominate the guy. I want to dominate my opponent, and that's aggressive. That's my style. I go in there and try to pressure him, but I never put aside the technique. So I think, it's a good description. I'm able to balance a little bit of technique with a little bit of aggression and put on, an entertaining fight.
한국 뱅글 산악해요. Korean power also.
But don't forget, my friend, that you usually are wrong.
Yes. You must be all the time ready to. That's the way of warrior.
Legendary Polish power.
Us, thank you. All best for you.
When I hit him, I will be happy for this, you know.
No, man, I don't have bad blood with anyone.
I don't know. I don't think he's an easy fight right there. He's a bunch of killers.
Well, amazing feeling, you know.